I'll eat peanut sauce with just about anything. Heartwood, my local vegetarian restaurant, makes a fine version and serves it over a mountain of steamed greens. Ah, yes, the peanut bowl.
Do you ever wonder what to do with kale? Whether you receive it in a vegetable box delivered to your house or you're at the grocery store, kale can be really intimidating. I take my inspiration from a restaurant called Heartwood. They serve kale and all sorts of seasonal greens tossed in a spicy peanut sauce. It is so delicious. So start with brown rice. It takes about 40 minutes. Once you get going, you can relax into the prep of the meal. And also, if things go wrong, you always have rice for dinner, so not to worry. Move on to a little peanut sauce. Start with unsweetened peanut butter. It's always better to start this way because you can add a little sugar if you need sweetness in your sauce. All right, a little bit of peanut butter. I'm going to chop some ginger into the sauce as well. Just take the skin off. Now there are all sorts of flavors going into this peanut sauce that are kind of Southeast Asian inspired, but I actually call this kind of thing hippie food. Sorry, Heartwood, I know you totally understand. Soy sauce, spices, all that salty, yummy, healthy deliciousness. Ginger. Clove of garlic. Pop off the skin with the flat side of your knife. I think one is fine. All those sticky skins are so hard to get off. All right, now all the condiments you see here are going into the peanut sauce, and it does look like a lot, but they are investment pieces. They will make your food taste fantastic. All right, a little cumin. It's a nice warm spice. Fish sauce. Add a little saltiness and some lime juice. Soy sauce. It's a lovely dark salty flavor as well. And sesame oil. It's kind of a toasted aroma. And a touch of hot sauce. More if you're a hot kind of person. And a little coconut water. You could also use coconut milk. I have coconut water on hand at all times for smoothies. I think that's everything. We're going to blitz it together. At this point, taste the sauce. You want to see what it is lacking. And also check for consistency. You want to be able to spoon it onto your rice and greens. A little bit of sweetness, I think. Brown sugar. You could use maple syrup, white sugar, palm sugar, if you have an Asian store nearby. There we go. Double dip. It's my house, it's fine. Delish. Get the sweet potatoes roasting. Now, the sweet potatoes add a fantastic punch of color to this dish. I'm going to cube them up. Start with a slice to make it flat. There we go. A little bit of a workout. Sometimes you can find sweet potato or squash pre-peeled and sold in packages at the grocery store, which does save a lot of time. But they can be slimy. You have to rinse them off, and then once you get a lot of water on the vegetables, they tend to steam instead of roast in the oven, which you really want to avoid. You want a nice crisp cube in your peanut bowl. Okay, we're going to roast these for about 20 minutes. Top them with a little olive oil to keep them from sticking. Don't overcrowd anything you're roasting, ever, or it will steam, and you want a nice crispy brown roasted quality to vegetables. And if they're overcrowded, all the liquid and the moisture inside will steam them, and they will never get brown. It's the truth. Okay, a little bit of salt and some cracked pepper. Toss it together with your hands. All the germs will sort themselves out in the very, very hot oven. In they go. Okay, now I'm going to prepare the greens. Kale has very tough stalks. You have to cut them off. And they also stretch right up into the leaf. So cut the stalks up almost in a V shape. And set those aside. When you come home from the store with your kale, it's nice to prepare it like this and have it all ready in a container in the fridge so you can have it for a smoothie or throw kale into a soup. It's a nice gift to yourself when you do a little prep. Thank you, self. That's what I often say to myself. I also have Swiss chard. The stalks are edible and tender and beautiful and gorgeous. You can buy rainbow chard as well. Cut the rough bits off the end, and we're going to use them. We're going to steam them. Now this kale and Swiss chard has already been washed. Make sure you wash really well because they can get gritty. Put them in a bowl. This might seem like a lot of greens, but they will shrink down. I generally use the rule of a handful per person. Okay, let's get these steaming. It only takes about 2 minutes. You just want them to gently wilt and retain their color. So keep an eye on those beauties. Now we're going to toast some seeds. Heat them in a dry pan just to bring out their flavors. Doesn't take very long. Watch these carefully. They will burn in a second. So a minute tops is all it's going to take. Now for the fun part, we're going to put it all together. Start with the brown rice. It's the foundation of the meal. A little bit on the bottom to taste, and a little peanut sauce. Take out the blade, safety first. Little swirl, I like a lot. Top with some steamed greens. Beautiful! Ribbons of green and little pops of red from the Swiss chard. So gorgeous. They're the crowning glory. Dance these across the top. And finish with some seeds for crunch and texture and beauty and health. Isn't it fantastic when your food looks as good and tastes as good as restaurant food? The sweet potatoes and the peanut sauce and the chard and the kale, the crunchy little seeds. It's perfect. It's everything you need for a healthy, delicious meal at home.
Bowl food is comfort food. It's the perfect excuse to curl up, get cozy, and bask in the glow of all those greens. Comforting and healthy? I'm in. Oh, my love, peanut bowl.